So welcome back to another video. I actually wrote the plan to this video 2 weeks ago and I just realized what we're talking about just like now. Oh my gosh, I have to prepare myself because this is going to be deep. I'm smartly dressed for you today. Well, actually this is what I wore to work today. Right, so today's video, as you would already know, what is love and attraction? So basically, I'm completely and utterly in love with love, and I want you to fall in love with love the way that I am. So I'm here to influence your brain, tell you all about how I'm feeling, and hopefully so you can believe me and do it too. Come and fall in love with me, please. I don't want to do this alone. Right, let's get going. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? I'm going to say one name, Rysand. And if we all read this book... Sorry, I'm so shouting. Why am I shouting for? So basically, I'm reading a series called Court of Thorns and Roses, maybe? And there's like 5 books, and right now I'm on book 3. Right, let me close that window. Oh my god, I can still hear them screaming with the window closed. Why? Who is screaming like that? Humans are very expressive. So if I'm on book 3 out of 5, and if you've been reading this book, then you know exactly what I mean by Rysand. Yeah. So basically, I'm reading a book. The main character is called Feyre. It's like a fairy book, but whatever. Some people say it's fairy porn because there's loads of sex scenes in it, but I don't see it that way. I actually don't even see them as fairies either. I just see them as like whatever. Anyways, Feyre gets into their land and then she falls in love with one of the lords of the lands. Big story. Do you know what? If you've not read this book and you want to read this book, should I just like not do this? The point is, there's a character inside of the book called Rysand, and he has absolutely and utterly made me feel things that I just feel a bit like I just need to talk about this, because what is going on and how and why, so we need to talk about this. So in the middle of my life going on right now, with all this confusion that has happened in a few years that have passed, with my mental breakdowns and all sorts of whatever, I have forgotten what it feels like to fall in love. Forgotten. Because I'm falling in love with this book and all of the things, I'm having all the feelings of falling in love. And I'm like, oh my god, this feeling. I remember exactly what it felt like to fall in love, and this feeling is so strong. And it's right here in the chest, and it's so... Why is it so strong, and why is it so captivating? Because it's only a feeling. But, okay, so maybe I'm a type of person that I pay attention to my feelings, I have a relationship with them, I give them attention, and maybe loads of people don't. So they feel something and they don't have a relationship with it, and they just ignore it and they're able to push it down. But me, I welcome the feelings. So I'm like, what are you and what are you doing? And this particular one is very strong, and it's in the chest. It's like, it's almost like deep desire, like this deep desire. And when you meet somebody that you fall in love with, let's not use this fancy word. When you meet somebody that you really fancy a lot, that feeling in your chest that you feel when you see them, or when you're talking to them, or when you're thinking about them, is very big in the chest, and it's euphoric. Because I'm feeling these feelings while I'm reading this book, these books, it's just made me pay attention to the fact that how like that we feel like that towards each other. Isn't that a bit weird? That like another human could cause such a deep desire in me like that, where my chest tightens and then it probably shoots a feeling down my center downwards, and it, depending how big the feeling is, it can go straight into my vagina and then my brain, and then my eyes change. So then it's this whole reaction to another human of deep desire for them and want and like, and we call that fancy, and then we end up falling in love, and we end up whatever. It's a massive, which I'm going to talk about. I don't know, I'm seeing it in 2 perspectives right now. One is the ice cream van wants to sing. I don't want it to sing. One is what I'm saying of this like euphoric, beautiful thing that we're about to talk about that I am so in love with. And then the opposite is another vision of the same thing that says it's just a feeling. You're giving it meaning. It's just a feeling, and it's not that big of a deal. But I can't see it like that. But okay, if you don't even know what I'm talking about and you're like, what feelings? Like, maybe we should all read these books so we could get reminded and we could get activated and get ideas about what we want and what we like and what we desire. Because obviously Rysand, he's very tentative towards Feyre, and he's very manly and he's very attractive and he's got this wit about him, so but he's very tentative towards her, and so then it gives you ideas of what you want and what you desire from people. So should we all be reading so we can enrich our minds with love and attraction so we can know what it feels like. Because then when you read a book, you're creating your own version of it, your own story belongs to you, so you get to form love without experiencing it because somebody's telling you, and you take it as truth because it's her story. So maybe we should all be reading that here. I was saying that we fall in love, and what the heck, right? What does that say about life, that we want each other this way? What does it say about life that you really made this massive show of pure deep attraction just for procreation? Because obviously we already have procreation in consent. We have non-consenting sex anyways. People rape people anyways. So it's not as if you needed anything, even though that's what the man's doing it for. I don't know. But anyways, there's other ways of doing sex rather than this like deep desire. And so then, is that deep desire really made just for mating? What scientists will call it, of just chemical attraction? For what for? Who did that? Why did they do that for? And so then I think that there's a whole beginning to this story of life and humans that we're completely not aware of, and we're ignoring it, and we're just like living life. But look at that, like there's a design in life that makes you feel completely wanting when you fancy somebody, and this book is reminding me of that, and it's awakening those feelings in my body. And so when somebody says what is love, everybody just says different things, like, oh no, that's not love, this is love. Oh no, that's not love, this is love. So we all have these different ideas, yeah. But what I gathered the other day thinking about it is that love, I think, is like a massive umbrella, and it has all of these pleasurable things underneath it. So I care for you, I want you, I desire you, I lust you, I'm tentative towards you, I give to you, I want from you, I like what you are, our characters match. So there's all these positive things of like that they all equal to love, but they're all love, they're all a part of love. So then I think that when a relationship goes wrong is because we like somebody, right? And then we start feeling deeper towards them, and then we tell them we love them because what we're telling them is that all of these things under the umbrella I want to give to you, not just one or one here there, I want to give to you. So then we make this commitment when we say I love you, that we're gonna give you all of this, right? And then when it starts going wrong is because it's not possible in the state that this world is in anyway to give all of this. So then the person starts to notice, the one who's lacking starts to notice that they're lacking, and then they start going, hold on, you said you love me, so why are you not giving me everything under the umbrella? But I think this is happening because of lack of education of what it is that you're saying, what it is that you're implying. And can we be a bit more softer and be more understanding when somebody can't give you everything under the umbrella? Like, yes, I want to give you everything under the umbrella, but I might not have the skill set or the ability straight away to fulfill all of these spaces under the umbrella. So can we work together? And then maybe that's what partnership looks like, when you work to give everything under the umbrella. When I think somebody should call it quits is when they no longer desire to try. Yes, I know you want lust from me, but I don't want to give you lust, right? That's when you should call it quits. But if you say you want lust from me and I'm not giving you lust, but then I understand why, and I'm thinking it's because of this and that, let me try to fix this and that, and there's nothing in me that says, oh, I don't want to give you lust, it's more like I'm confused myself, then that's when we work together to try and understand, and then try for me to give you my lust. I just use that as an example because lust for me is important. It's one of the ingredients in love that I need in the mix of my relationships. So when people say that lust is not love, I don't think they're correct. I think the whole thing is there's loads of things in love, and the more of it you have, the stronger the love is, and the longer it will last. Because I don't think that only one of the love's ingredients could sustain long term, because it will fizzle out. You need a bunch of them. And me, I'm a perfectionist. I want every single one ticked. If I can come up with it, I need it ticked. When I'm tired, you run me a bath? Yes, tick. So I think it's quite a beautiful thing that we're having these chemical reactions in our body of these euphoric feelings towards another human. I think it's a beautiful thing. And there's loads of people who, they talk about love and they say that we should avoid the butterfly feelings, because the butterfly feelings is not sustainable, it's not love, it's even an immature love. So many people have so much to say about these butterflies and this euphoricness, right, that we experience when we desire things. But I don't agree, because I think it's just lack of education or understanding what's happening. And even to the point where we're not educated to care for each other and love each other, to understand all of the ingredients in love and how we want to thrive to achieve them. And instead we don't even talk about it. We're talking about weirdness everywhere. So we're not being prepped to be able to love. We're not being prepped to understand it, and then millions of people are saying all different things about it. But I don't agree that butterflies are bad, and I don't agree that it's just a phase in a relationship. Because the thing is, yeah, fair enough, all right, the nervousness, I don't particularly want that to last forever, right? But I understand it's there because it's unknown territory. You're a bit nervous, you're scared because of how deep you feel. So fair enough, the nerves, you can call those butterflies. I don't want them to last forever anyway, so thank God that they do stop, right? But when you really fancy somebody, your chest still goes towards them. So even though you don't have nerves anymore, you don't have fear, you're a confident human now, you still look at them and you still go, I want that, I like that, you're attractive, right? And I feel like that should last forever, for as long as the relationship lives, 100%. And I don't understand why people will say anything else, because that's the euphoricness of life. Like, let's all have the best out here. Let's not settle for weird, mediocre stuff. I want to experience what it feels like to be rich, so I can see what the comfort feels like. Because all I've known is people talking about it. Rich people talking about it. Oh, it doesn't change nothing. Oh, money, it doesn't bring you happiness. Oh, it's your state of mind. I've lived a life where I have struggled financially, and not to the point of poverty like the rest of the world. So I could only imagine what they feel like. But I think it's a similar, only worse, but it's a similar feeling of lack, right? So I know what it feels like. So I want to experience what it feels like to be rich. So I could understand what's going on here, because I have a feeling that it's a bunch of crap that people say it doesn't matter, that it doesn't bring you happiness. And I want to talk about that. So, and I think that we just all settle for rubbishness in this world, and most of us are suffering, not getting the best out of life, and we should all be getting the best out of life, including these euphoric feelings that we have towards each other in relationships. So let's stop calling it bad. Okay, let's conclude this video. So this feeling we have in love and attraction must be a gift from life, because it feels like a gift, because it feels so good. So it must be a gift. When I say a gift, yeah, I mean like a bonus, no, a perk to life. It must be a perk to life. And even if it was designed just for mating, right, it's still a clever design, right? Like, you make me feel all these things just for mating, right? So if it was designed just for mating, it was still designed. So who designed it? Who made those choices? You're telling me the Big Bang, yeah, fought it in the however seconds it lasted, the bang, I don't know, and it just like made that decision of like desire, mating. Like, no, who designed it? How did it come about? So there's something bigger going on here that we are not connecting or understanding in the human experience, and we've got to open it up, which we will do, because obviously that's what I'm doing here. I'm here to open up the doors to heaven. The doors are opening, heaven's flooding in, all things will be clear, everybody will understand, and life will be euphoric, which is obviously intended to, because why not? And I like euphoricness, so why not? Right, quote of the week. So I want to give you some lyrics from a song, because I want to show you what comes from humans, like how much we like each other, and this comes from us. And it comes naturally, and we like it, we want this. It's addictive to feel desire and attraction and love. So let me remind you of what we wrote about it. So this is one of my favorite songs of all time, Where Do I Begin? I always call it Love Story, but I think that's the name of the film, but I think it's called Where Do I Begin? So where do I begin to tell the story of how great a love can be, the sweet love story that is older than the sea, the simple truth about the love she brings to me. Where do I start? With her first hello, she gave new meaning to this empty world of mine. There'd never be another love, another time. She came into my life and made the living fine. She fills my heart. She fills my heart with very special things. And actually, I'm going to stop there, because he said she fills my heart with very special things. And what do you think that special thing is what I've been talking about. These euphoric feelings in your chest, where your heart is. So he said it's a very special thing, and I believe him, even though the version I like is a woman who's singing it, so I didn't realize that that's a man. Right, let's move on. So let's all fall in love, please. Let's all play this game of love and attraction, where we all fall in love with each other and have these euphoric feelings, and try to understand all things under the umbrella and give them all freely and wantingly, and find the person you want to give them to, and then strive to give them that. Do you know what? It shouldn't even be a strive. So if you don't, what? Oh yeah, we need the education. Teach people how to give all of the things under the umbrella, and then we all know how to do it. So then it will just be a choice of if I give it to you or not. All of the ticks, or 5 of the ticks, and my standards are a bit high, so all of the ticks will do, thanks. Let's care for one another, please, and love each other. Right, I'm gonna go now. I don't know what I'm gonna be talking about next time, so I'll see you again soon. All right, goodbye.